Hey everybody, welcome to my new channel. I'm a little bit sick today, so excuse the scratchy voice. So yeah, this is my new channel. Are you into collecting baseball cards, football cards, hockey, tennis, any kind of random rare cards? If you are into that and you are still buying or looking to buy cards of some of the favorite people that you like, look what I got. This is the reason I got my new channel. So most of you are familiar with me through stand-up comedy years ago. I did in Atlanta. And then I started working on an old hot rod that I got, a 1970 Maverick. Rebuilt that, showed all that stuff. Filmed all kinds of stupid videos, Saturday Night Live type skits, you know, just trying to be funny, be a comedian, so to speak. Something I've always done. But in the background, I never told, but I collected baseball cards. So basically the reason I got this channel is I ain't got but just a few years left until I retire. The sooner I can retire, the better, so I can enjoy what little time I have left in life. So I'm looking to sell all of my cards now. So a brief history on the cards. Well, first of all, let me go ahead and say this. I'll get it up front. These are going to be some of the cheapest price cards, probably the cheapest price cards you've ever seen, and I'm doing it on purpose. The reason being, first off, growing up, I didn't really have the money to collect cards as much as I would have liked to have done. I started collecting in 1982. I was 7 years old. I still remember trading my first cards in school. My favorite player was Dale Murphy, so anything of Murphy or the Atlanta Braves, man, I just gobbled it up. But all these other kids, a lot of them, you know, they had more money than we did. And, you know, it's not a big deal, really. It's just baseball cards. But I was kind of the poor kid on the block, I guess. So didn't really have much to trade or the money to get what I really wanted. So anyway, God later on in life, I really and truly believe it was Him or it wouldn't happen. I didn't make this happen. But I was presented with the opportunity about 15 years ago. A friend of the family, he used to own a baseball card shop in Florida, so he had all these cards for sale, and he offered them to me, and it was a price that I couldn't refuse. It was amazing, the price that I paid for these cards. At first, when I collected on my own before this opportunity happened, I got up to about 35,000 cards, I would guess. When these were offered to me, it was around 700,000 cards, and so I eventually built all these cases. I've had them all in the boxes just like this for the last 15 years. I finally got these cases I built, custom made, so I could finally display them and take a look at what I actually had, because it's really hard to actually look at every card and see what you got. So when I started finally putting them in the cases, man, I've got everything just about. I found cards, hundreds of cards, starting all the way back to 1968. And it's looking like, from the best that I can see, all the cards that I saw when I was putting these in, I've got pretty much starting in the mid-70s, probably 75, but definitely by 1980, by the time you get into those years, it's looking like I've got pretty much multiples of every card from 1980 to the mid-90s. So 1980 to mid-90s, I've pretty much got everything. And if you want those, I got them. But what I was getting at is, I know what it's like not to have money, especially as a child. Nothing to do with my parents. They raised me good. It's just the way it was. We didn't have extra money for things like this, really. But Dad would buy me cards every so often, you know, because he knew that I liked it. But anyway, so point being, I'm going to sell these for as cheap as possible. I fully believe God allowed me to have all this cheap so that I would learn how to be humble and eventually get to the point I'm at now. So I'm going to sell them for cheap. I could get top dollar out of them, I'm sure, but I don't have the time to go through and price every single card. So I'm going to do what I think's right and sell them for cheap. to the people that wants them. So basically the way you find out is through this page. You're going to see that I'm on an app that you can download. It's called CollX, CollX. On that app, if you'll search my name, Satchel McQueen, you'll see that this is the page right here that you're watching this from, Almost Free Cards. That's what I have created already. Created this today. I'm getting this going so I can get rid of these cards. So on the CollX app, it's going to show you the cards that I have scanned, that I have actually took a picture of, put in the system that they have on that app, and I have put a price on them. If you see a card that you like, what you'll do is click that card, put it in your checkout box, so to speak, just like you would on Amazon or something like that. It kind of works the same. You go through and pick what you want. When you got what you want, you hit place order, and it'll charge your card that much. It'll send me the order, and then I will pack it up and mail it to you. These cards, as you're going to see, I am pricing. It's no joke. It is legit. I'm pricing it for real. I'm as cheap as I possibly can. So if you know of any players that you've ever wanted, this is the place to find them. Here's a recent order, the one that I did last week, it looks like. So this guy orders these cards, and as you can see, I check them off, I put them in, and I mail it to him, and that's the way it's going to be for you. So, but there is a second option. Here's the thing about it. I don't have time to scan all of these cards into the system. It would take me probably 50 years to do that. If I worked on it every day, it might take, a couple years, but point being, I don't have time to do that. Just as an example, this stack right here, it's probably looking like that's about 200 cards. This is about 400 cards right here. That stack of 200 cards would probably take me about 6 hours to scan into their system and to put a price on them. I don't have time to do that. I am scanning a lot of them, as many as I can scan, because I like that people can pick exactly what they want. So you're going to find that. The other option is this, and you can send me a message on the app. The other option is this, and this is where the time-saving issue comes in for me, because I only got so much time left to live, and I need to get rid of these cards and enjoy the time that I have left. So the other option is, if you want to send me a message on that app, send me a message, and I'm going to call it a random grab is what I'm going to call it. So what I'll do, since it's saving me the time and the hassle of scanning these cards, if you want to do the random grab, I'm going to price these cards at $1 a piece. If you, for example, want 20 cards, you're going to send $20 plus shipping, which is usually $3 to $5 for that many cards, something like that. And it will be trackable. It'll have a number to where you can track it. Excuse me there again. But you'll send $20 for 20 cards plus shipping. If you want 50 cards, you'll send $50 plus shipping. And I will go through here and I will randomly pull, for example, 2 cards from here. I'll pull maybe 3 cards from here, 2 here, 1 here, 5 from there. Whatever it takes, I'm going to pull randomly. And you'll get what you get. The drawback to that is only, and it's not really a drawback, it's just you don't know what you're going to get. But I can just about guarantee that what you get is going to make up for the money that you spent. I got some good stuff here. This here is all my NASCAR that I have found. Some of those I do have scanned. These are the ones that's left that I have to scan. And I've been working on this now for probably 6 months, and I ain't even put a dent in it. It's crazy the amount of time that it takes to scan these cards. So that's why I'm giving you 2 options. For example, again, on the random grab, if you want 100 cards, you'll pay $100. It'll be $1 a card, and I'll pull you 100 cards, $100 plus shipping. We'll work that out when we talk, and I'll send you that. And it'll be, you can think of it like this. This was the fun part about collecting cards when I was a kid. So usually what would happen back when I was growing up in the 80s and 90s, you would your dad would stop and get gas somewhere, and he'd go in to pay for the gas. And if you were a kid that collected cards, you usually went with him. In front of the cash register was always the packs of cards that was unopened, the wax packs they call them. Here's one of some kind of comic book wax pack that's never been opened. But anyway, this is what you'd see in a big box, kind of like it is still now, pretty much. And you would, you know, pay $3 for it, and you'd get like 10 cards. $5, you'd get 10 cards, whatever the price was. I really can't remember. But you would, you know, that was the whole thing about it. It's like, who am I going to get this time? What card am I going to get that I don't have? You know, I hope I get this card. I hope I get that card. It was like, it's kind of like playing the lottery, only it was with baseball cards. Like, you were really excited to do that. So that's what the random grabs are going to feel like, I'm hoping. Because it's just exciting, you know. If you order 20 cards, like, what are you going to get? Well, here's some good examples right here. I mean, look at this. All kinds of good players. Players that, you know, top of the line. Look at this. Here's some of the USA. I don't know what you'd call them really, but the farm league, I guess you'd call it, that people used to play in before they got signed. Got a bunch of those. Got all kinds of stuff here. Let's see, I got some baseball. Here's one with here's a neat little card right here. One of my favorites. The wrestler Dusty Rhodes. That's where Dusty got his name, is from that guy. He talked about it one time, how he stole his name from a baseball player. Well, there's Dusty right there. As you can see, that's a different Dusty Rhodes, of course, but that's the whole point I'm making. But there's no telling what you'll get. Got a little Pokemon here. Here's my wrestling cards I'll eventually put up. All kinds of stuff, you know, just all kinds of good stuff. Oversized cards. Here's some of the bigger size cards that I found. Here's a Dale Murphy, my favorite player growing up. I actually remember when I got this card. One of my buddies told me he had a signed Dale Murphy, and I didn't believe him, so he brought it to school. And so I traded him something for it. I can't remember what it was I traded him. But anyway, that's pretty cool. So that's up for sale. I don't know what kind of price to put on that. If you want it, we'll figure it out. But anyway, that's the point of this video. I'm sorry for rambling. I'm trying to get all the info in that I can. To get the point across of what I'm doing here. I got some of these books here that we used to buy. That's a stamp book. I don't know how that got in there. But look at this kind of stuff. This is something you guys and gals who probably won't. Look at that. Beckett. This is actually how we used to determine the price of cards back in the 90s. Maybe the 80s too. I can't remember that far back really. But anyway, so this magazine, you'd buy it every month, and it would tell the price of the cards. And so I got these books. They're in mint condition. I don't know what they're worth. We'll figure that out too if you're interested in it. Here's another one. Got some more Joe Montana there. Got all kinds of books here. Let me get one that's not in a binder. I'll kind of show you what I'm talking about. So let's see. Yeah, so there's a Beckett. So yeah, so what we'd do, we'd buy these every month. Some of the kids at school would, and we'd just, you know, find what we had and go through, and it would tell us the price. Get a little blurry there, but you'd find it, and it would tell you the price of the cards, and that's how we determined what we had. Now, that's what this app does, you know, CollX and eBay and all this and that. You can kind of see what cards are going for and how many times, and it's really changed over the years. But as far as getting cards, it's the same deal. You just got to buy them. Look at all these rookies I got. Here's something I'm trying to decide too. You guys tell me in the comments if you'd like for me to do this. So these rookies right here, I got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, looks like 9 or 10 boxes. These are all rookies, every single card in the box. I went through these, years and years ago, the first 35,000 cards that I ever had, and I separated the rookies out, and this is what I had. But the point being, this is where the random grab comes in. That was only on my first 35,000 cards that I had. Once I bought all these other cards, I've not went through any of them searching for rookies. So if I got that many rookies from 35,000 cards earlier on in my life, imagine pulling random cards. What kind of rookies are you going to get from that? There's no telling how many or who it will be. It's just, I'm hoping the video comes across showing how massive this collection is. But that's the reason I can sell it cheap. That's another point I'm wanting to make. This is legit. It's not a lie. I really am going to sell them cheap because I feel like I should. But not only that, I'm able to. That's the whole point. I got the 700,000 chunk of cards relatively cheap compared to what it really should have cost. So I can afford, I honestly can afford to sell them cheap and I'll still be okay. But I want to sell them cheap also because I'm not going to be greedy with it. I only got so much time left and I don't want to spend that time scanning cards every day. You know, I hope that makes sense to people. But I just want to sell my cards and enjoy what I got. You know, what time I have left. Let's see, let's just pull a few here. So look at that, Steve Carlton. Be careful here with them. Let's see here. Got that, just random stuff, you know, just random pulls. That's what you'll see, and this is what's going on the thing. There's a big old giant Bill Elliott. That's pretty cool. Let's see what that looks like. Oh yeah, look at that. Amazing quality. Looks brand new. All these cards are, almost every single one of them when I was pulling them out was in mint condition. There was very few that was not. The ones that were not mint condition, some of you's probably going to freak out a little over it, I guess, but the ones that were not mint condition, I just threw them away. Nobody wants, you know, cards that's not great, so I went ahead and got rid of them. I just threw them in the trash. But there's just all kinds of stuff here that's available, stuff that you would want. All kinds of neat cards I never knew they made. Let's look over here. This is one set that I got for Christmas when I was like, I don't know, let's see what year this is. Don't know what year that would be, but I was around 10 years old, maybe something like that. So that's there. I got this set when I was in Florida when I was a kid with my friend. So y'all have probably seen this set, some of you older guys. It's a reprint of all the Hall of Fame guys at the time. But what's weird about it, and I can't figure out what it means, maybe some of y'all can help me. So on the back, as you can see right there, I hope that shows, my eyes are blurry. It may be the camera that's blurry, I'm not sure, but right here it says first printing, okay? Now I've seen other sets of these same cards, and I've never found another set that says first printing. So is this like the first run of this set? Is that what that means? And if so, does that add, I'm sure it adds value, but how much value? But that's a whole complete set of that. I remember this guy too. Got two of these. I think these were listed for like $50 a piece, I believe, last time I looked. But we'll work out a deal on that. Like I say, I'm not going to be greedy. If you want to pay me $50, I'll take it. But you know, if you want it for less than that, let's talk. Let's make a deal. We'll make it happen one way or the other. This is my retirement, I'm hoping. I just want to have a decent retirement and not struggle, and enjoy what time I got left with my family. That's the only goal here. I'm not going to rip anybody off or take advantage of anybody. So I would appreciate you guys that collect, if you would, Share my page with the baseball community. I'm sorry, I'm sick today. I don't sound good at all, but share my page with the baseball community, please, and help me kind of spread this video around, because I do still work a regular job. I'm not lucky enough to not be able to work. So if you would, just help me spread the word on this and get it out. And if you can help me out with that, that would be great. Here's some Olympic sets I found. All kinds of stuff. Here's some Gulf War sets. Look at that. It's got ships on it and airplanes. I think there's a Saddam Hussein card in there somewhere. All kinds of stuff. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and cut this video. I'm rambling. I'm just trying to get all the info in that I can. I'm trying to make y'all realize this is real. It's legit. I'm not lying about any of it. One thing on the CollX app that you're going to see, most all the cards that I have scanned so far, almost all of them, even though I could get way more money for a lot of them, I got them listed for $1. Like this order right here, like I showed you just a second ago. Every card on here I sold for $1. So the stuff that I've scanned you're going to see is a great deal. Very good deal to have. I can afford that. I mean, look at all this. So again, your options are go to CollX, see what I've actually scanned, and take that, whatever you feel like you want to have, it's yours. Put it in your checkout box, hit pay, and I'll send it to you. Or you can also go to CollX and send me a message on CollX. Send me a DM and say, hey, I would like to do the random grab. I want this many cards, and then we'll figure out what shipping will be, and I'll send that to you. It'd be just like going back to the gas station, like I did when I was a kid, and it's exciting because you never know what you're going to get. And these cards, most all of them, they're 35, 45, 50 years old, some of them, you know, so even if you pull 20 cards, I'm pretty sure you're going to get way more than $20 worth. If you buy 50 cards, I'm almost sure that you'll have way more than $50 worth of cards by the time you get your package and see what you got. So anyway, good luck to everybody. I hope this helps. This is my first video. I just wanted to get everything in. I'll do some more videos, hopefully maybe one every week or so or something like that, and kind of show you what's been selling and kind of what's new. And I'll go through some more of these books. We'll get more detailed with that and kind of show you what I got. And so we'll just go from there. But I appreciate you watching. Please share my video. Please subscribe. Please help me get this this out to the card trading community. It would really help me, and I would very much appreciate it. Alright guys, I appreciate it. Thanks, and God bless.